and we had a crash. I wasn't sure if it was this or what, but let's see if... I need to try to keep my mouse on my right monitor, and right now it's not working. We should be tracking, and it's not working with me. Activate, don't allow border crossing, save and close. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, it looks like Gunther lives to play again. Alright, Gunther, let's move forward again. Let's try this. Shall we? And Poet, you as well. Neil, aim. Not gonna hit, but we try anyways. Try not to shoot your friends in the back. Yeah, he's been shot twice now, and this guy is quite the trooper. Alright, you have no line of fire, so we're just gonna go ahead and move you towards this wall. Wasting all the time units, just to get him safe. Rudy's not gonna have a shot. You might have a shot. No, you do not. You might have a shot. I'm actually going to give you another shot as well. However, I am going to move you a bit further out. 16. I can't kneel. But let's just hope we don't hit that wall. Alright, that'll be fine. Now we apply the fan technique. We bring this guy down. We kneel. It's not optimum. How many do we got? 14. This is one of the occasions where I'm going to use an auto shot over a snapshot. Just because of the number of time units I had left. And of course, nothing hit. And now I want to have some more fun. Let's hope we don't shoot the guys in the back. No line of fire. Come on. Can you shoot in there at all? Nope. We have Vax over there, and we have our tank. Tank doesn't see anything yet. These orchards are a big pain in the butt. Lots of trees, lots of places to hide. What I do is, since ammo is relatively cheap, I blow a hole. And that is what makes XCOM a game that has not been replaced until this day. The fact that you can just destroy the environment as needed. Alright, so now everyone's had their shot except for Bernard. We're going to go ahead and use 2 snapshots, see if we can take him down. This will trigger a reaction shot. Or not. Maybe use them all. Oh, there we go. And now we have Vax, all by his lonesome. We're going to just bring him forward a bit, and down. That sound was the sound of a UFO door opening. There we go. That scout is going to sit in that building, and hopefully someone won't come downstairs. We're going to move this guy over to this building. Do you have a flare on you? No. I think it's in this square? Can never tell with the flares. Nope, one more square over. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up. Should take 8 time units. And leave just enough for a snapshot. And we're just going to redeploy our snipers. Heavy weapons are going to make their way down to the UFO in case we need to blow a hole. Scouts are not going to get too greedy. I don't like where Vax is right now. We're just going to keep him. We're actually going to pull him back a bit. He's got no cover right now. Now this is excellent. This tank should have the view of this door opening. What we're going to do here is we're going to bring Poet down towards Vax a bit without getting too close. One of the dangers right now would be an alien throwing a grenade into our group of people. If we have a guy with full-time units, we can actually help alleviate that problem by dropping a smoke grenade right where we're standing. We'll do that at the next round, just to hide the snipers. See? That's what I was worried about with Vax. Sorry, Vax. Vax version 1 has died. I never go into a building with full-time units, and I always stay 1 back from the edge. It just helped with reaction fire since this guy, if he comes here, he should be able to see him before the other guy can do anything. Alright. We're bringing our tank forward because we know the guy's over here somewhere. Nope. Alright. I think he's going to sit at that door for now. So we know he's probably somewhere in this field that we can't yet see. Our snipers are in position. We're not going to use their time units yet until we get all the scouts out and about. It's a very dangerous point right now. What we do want to do is we want to make sure these guys all have clear shots and are in a loose fan formation. Now just because that's light doesn't mean there's not an enemy there. We do have limited enemy range due to it being nighttime, but it does help if they move in that area during a night turn. So, we have one alien there. We can go ahead and chase him down. But I guarantee you he's probably right around this corner, so we're just going to use one of our rockets and see what we can blow up. Or we won't. Alright, screw that. We'll just sit there and wait. Nope, not too useful. Go ahead and get the scout in here. Not the best position. Let's see. I know he's around here somewhere. I might be able to. Nope, I put her to use his grenade. You're a sniper. You're a scout. Let's go ahead and move you up to here. We're going to move you down to here. And I'm going to wait. Now, I'm not sure if that's one alien walking back and forth or two aliens right now. I want to get my snipers against cover. Slowly walk you forward. If I can hit this building, I'll be able to kill him. Just like that. We'll move you out one. Do a quick check, and then put your eye back on that door. Never kneel in front of a window. Always move off to the side at least one if you can. Now, I'm fairly confident we have gotten most of the ground aliens except for the ones in the UFO, so we are going to advance. We are still going to reserve our time units, just in case. Go ahead and check upstairs. Now normally, once we get those laser pistols built, this would not be an obstacle. We'd waste some time units to shoot through it, but it's much more economical than having to walk around it. Now we have to deal with the choke point of this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to provide cover for those moving through, cover our scouts. And we're just going to go ahead and double check. There's no one upstairs. Since we blew up the stairs, we can't go up there, but we'll be able to look. See if anyone is just hiding up there. Move ourselves upstairs, and just make sure there's no one up here. We're clear. And don't. So as we know, there is one guy inside. What we don't want to do is we don't want to shoot that door down, because since this is a landed UFO, everything inside is fully intact. And the value of that cannot be underestimated. Now what we are going to do is bring our guys around, and then cover that door. What you might notice here is this white line in this health, and what that is, that's the stun level. You can get stunned by a number of things: stun bombs, being outside the outer edges of an explosion radius, it'll still do some damage. That's really only applicable if you have some armor or if you stand in smoke. It is entirely possible, although it takes time, to smoke an alien out. So what we're going to do is actually attempt that. In this part, we're going to throw some smoke grenades in front of that door. Hopefully they'll go inside. I don't remember if they do or not. And then, with that, wait for the aliens to suffocate. And speaking of smoke, I'm letting my pipe die. Shame on you people. Alright. This is one of the worst configurations for a landed UFO, not in terms of the shape of the UFO, but more along the lines of where the door is in relation to the map. I usually prefer to have more area in front so you can actually create some firing circles, but at this point we are pretty much limited to creating areas, having a couple soldiers, 2 soldiers pretty much just lined up right around here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'd say right around here would be a good point. It's still highly dangerous. We can at least keep a sniper or 2 back there until we get ready, just in case they blow up the tank, which is also probable. You might be wondering why I'm saving the time units for these guys in the back. You never know if you've missed an alien in the dark. Just sitting in a corner, alien can be completely passive sometimes. And all of a sudden you'll walk in back to the base and you find yourself face to face with an alien. Uh-oh. Oh, that could have been bad. Go ahead and try a different tactic until my troops are all in place. This is a risky maneuver to have a standing soldier behind a kneeling one, but at this point soldiers aren't worth much, so a missed shot isn't that big of a deal. So we should be fine. And I actually need to cut a hole over here so that I can walk. One of these guys fired, didn't they? 666. Alright, so you will be my friend. And we will blow out this corner so I can walk through. No, we should be able to walk past that now and access the other side without having to walk through the tank. Yep. Now this is what we want. We have the door open and an alien visible. Can I shoot? I'm going to walk her forward until she has that magical shot. No, we're not going to do that. I'm going to do something even better. We're going to do this. And he is not going to look because I don't want to shoot my guys in the face. But we are going to turn her around, nail her back down. And we're going to continue moving these guys just in case. It's possible the door might close on us and not kill the alien. And there we go. First UFO on Superhuman difficulty, only one operative killed. It's a pretty good start when we have no... A landed UFO at night, mind you. So now we have almost a full return. We have Illyrium, we have alien alloys, which we will research as soon as we have laser rifles to get armor. Then we will get into the power source and navigation to get powered armor. Powered armor and laser rifles will give us a very solid start into the game, and we'll pretty much be able to choose how we want to progress after that. So first things first, we have some stuff we can probably sell. Not too much, we only need one mine probe ever. A nice haul right there, 300,000. And one, we only ever need one of each corpse. We need a bunch of HWP rockets. Let's purchase 20 of those. Or at least 10. Ooh, okay. We're going to be a little tight for 4 days until that's built. Perfect. So we lost one of our scouts, and he is actually not going to make a very good scout. We're going to purchase some more rookies as well, just so we have a nice pool to work with, on the off chance we might be able to use him. Now we're probably going to need to buy grenades for sure. We lost some electroflare, so let's buy 10 more of those. We're good on grenades right now. Didn't use any rockets, didn't use any of those. Good on rifle clips. Actually, we're pretty good, so we're just going to buy. Oops, 7 and 14. It's a couple of electroflares. One of the reasons I really love this game is the Eupopedia. So before we end tonight's stream on our one successful mission, we'll go ahead and show you guys what the imagined 1999 technology would have been when this came out in 1993. So this is the ship you saw us coming out of. When we first started off, we only have one troop transport and one interceptor. So as you can see, we have one ship. You saw me pull the cannons off. Their damage is 10 and their range is 10 kilometers. On the actual ship, that's basically about that far. The only thing that's good for is for pretty much for taking down very, very small UFOs. They're actually called very small UFOs. You only hold one alien without destroying them. Totally not worth it. Your minimum you want to work with is 2 Stingray launchers. They have the middle range, and you hold 6 of them per craft. So with 2 of them you have 12, and it's pretty much enough to take down any standard small UFO. Possibly a medium if you have 2 ships doing it. And on one ship you always have 1 avalanche, and well, you don't have to, but I always have 1 avalanche, which only holds 3 missiles, but has the heavy damage and twice the range of the other one. Also much less likely to miss. So when you have this plus the Stingray, you have 1 long range and 1 medium range. 9 missiles is usually enough to take care of things. These are the tanks you saw. The tank, they both had the same amount of armor. This one holds 8 rockets, and you saw how big of a blast radius the rockets had. This one holds cannons. It holds 30 shots, which is nice, but it's very much like a large rifle that you saw us using. So with the base accuracy, they're not that effective unless you're just using them to draw enemy fire. At which point, you know, these guys are cheaper, the ammo's cheaper, and it takes up slightly less space. So if you're just looking for that, go with this one. I prefer this one. It's more dangerous when you have a rocket fly by your guy's head. But in the end, sometimes you just need a big explosion to take down a wall. So here we have the standard weapons. You know how these work. Pistols are one-handed. They're great if you have a pistol in one hand and a grenade in the other. That's how our scouts are going to be equipped as we research technology. Alien grenades will be one thing we want to focus on early on, and laser pistols, which will be upgraded to plasma pistols eventually. Rifles are your bread and butter. Heavy cannons, as you saw, they have armor piercing, which makes them work like a large rifle. I like their high explosive incendiary. Incendiary is great for night missions for lighting things on fire, as you saw, but it's also really great for some enemies we find later on in the game that are very, very resistant to bullets, but they have fur, which lights on fire easily. Autocannon is one of these guys, a little bit heavier, less accuracy, but you could fire 3-shot bursts. I'm not a fan of this one. And then the rocket launcher. This thing's fantastic. It's good even later in the game if you're equipped with high explosives and a guy with nice accuracy. As I said, he just sits back and you just tell him where to shoot, and odds are he'll hit everything. And our new laser pistol. So as you see here, has auto fire, which the other pistol didn't have, and it has 40% and 68% accuracy at 46 damage. Compared to our other guy, as you can see, a little less accuracy in the laser pistol, but it has twice as much damage, and the auto shot more than makes up for it. Especially considering you're throwing it on your scouts, which are usually going to be really close to the enemies, especially in tight quarters. We have our grenades. Always have grenades. This one says high explosive for the smoke grenade. This actually has been... It doesn't mean high explosive. It's been like this since the game ever came out. 60 in a smoke grenade means it has 6 tile radius for smoke. Proximity grenade. These will trigger when anything comes near it. Anything includes your own guys, so you have to be very careful when you lay these out. They do, however, do more damage than a grenade, and if you're careful and you don't, basically if you don't corner yourself, they're very effective. And high explosives, great for blowing holes in walls when you know someone's behind a door. And all our base modules. And there you go. Alright, so with that, this game's going to be done in short bursts, I think. But we're going to go ahead and call it a night, and we'll continue this sometime in the future. I want to get a full playthrough of this done before the new XCOM comes out. The Fire Access one, not the 2K Marin one, because the Fire Access one looks like the devs actually played this game and knew exactly what they were doing. So until next time, guys, I wish you luck.